Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I've got a few recent pickups here and one or two older pieces. Let's get right into it. This is a cut crystal tumbler, decent size, and I found a type called the Costa Boda Prince. I thought it might be Scandinavian. A very, very nice piece, polished pontal across the entire base, completely unsigned, and I did get some shorter ones with it as well, which I don't have anymore. So I'll put up a photo of Costa Boda Prince, and you can see it's pretty similar. Could it be some other Scandinavian piece? Perhaps. Could even be from anywhere else around the world, but that's the closest I've come. Now, I sold a pair of these a while back for $40, and got a few more of them to get rid of, but I think it's Costa Boda, and that's the Prince. So this is the Princess, and it's a tumbler with these unusual runes. They kind of look like Greek letters down the side. Not quite sure what they're really meant to mean, if anything. Perhaps they're purely decorative. And this is by Hocking, circa 1931 to 1935, according to the information I found online. And yes, so we have the Prince and the Princess now. It is uranium glass. Let's get the black light on this bad boy. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Really, really lucky find. Imagine this surviving for 90 years. You can imagine children using this because it's kind of a fun colour and interesting design. Now that was the backlight. Let's get the Geiger counter out. Now I haven't done this yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. We've got background reading of about 0.14, and that's micro sieverts per hour. Sensors on the back. You can hear it ticking away. 0.17, 0.18, 0.19, 0.2, 0.19, 0.21, 0.24. Takes a while for it to build up. 0.25. So as you can see, it's getting close to double. 0.26, 0.27, and it's going off. So that's a little Geiger counter. It's a Russian one, picked up before the sanctions. Sykes. I'll turn it off. The Sykes 112 just keeps a couple of coin cells up this end. That's the sensor area. I keep it in a bag so that nothing gets into the sensor. The radiation will go straight through the bag. And very, very useful thing if you are into vintage and antique items. Now, some uranium glass you can't detect a signal because there's not enough uranium in there. It's very weakly radioactive. And some pieces are a bit hotter than this one, let's just say. Alright, so would you drink out of it? These are the decisions you have to make in life. It's a Stuart crystal. Not sure what it would be used for. Maybe sherry. It's almost like an oversized shot glass. And the pattern is Elgin. Polished pontal across the entire base. And it is signed. Just pointing my thumb at the maker's mark. It might not show up. You've seen it before. Kind of an interesting pattern. I didn't actually think I'd be able to identify it, but it was on the replacements.com website. Elgin. There you go. This tumbler here is just a classic cut crystal diamond pattern, sort of single old-fashioned whiskey tumbler, completely unsigned. I don't think it's Bohemia, but I don't know who made it. Just a little bit orange peel texture in the cutting, so not massively high quality, but you know, it's it's an okay piece, and I bought 3 of those for $3 each for purposes of selling them. I wish I didn't pay quite that much. Let's just put it that way. Alright, let's get through the Stuart, since we already started on Stuart. I really love these champagne coupe glasses. They all have this general shape. This is the bow pattern. It's got sort of notches in the stem, just some diamond cutting on the side, plain foot, and yeah, signed right in the middle again. You don't really have to see it, but it's there. Very, very nice to drink from these. I drink from one, you know, in a different pattern, with some blaze cutting around the edge. So this is Stuart Crystal Bow champagne glass. I have 2 of them. Alright, now let's go to a vase, also by Stuart Crystal. Kind of like a trumpet vase, I guess. I knew it was Stuart immediately. Just the clarity of the crystal, these notches around here. I've seen a few of these, and yeah, I'll sell this on. Got no use for it, signed right in the middle there. Good condition, as you'd expect. Just a nice classic piece of Stuart. I think that's all of the Stuart, folks. So here's a nice piece, and that, you might recognise the pattern if you follow the channel. That is a Ravenhead white fire, I always said fryer, white fire ashtray. Now I have a couple of the big bowls, and you know, I actually like this pattern, but I've got no use for the bowls, so I'm thinking about maybe just keeping this. Not that I smoke, but I paid $5 for it. Yeah, not exactly cheap, but haven't seen an ashtray in this pattern before, so pretty happy with that. From the mid-1970s, forget the designer's name. Yeah, I think it's great. Now let's have a look at another drinking glass. This is a Royal Brierly. I really like this brand. Their glasses always seem to be good quality, traditional patterns, high grade crystal, and this is called Ascot. It's got like crosses here. It's going to be hard for you to see, but there's long vertical cuts, if I trace it with my thumbnails, here, and then there's a small vertical cut between them above the X. So let's try and get that against maybe the black. You can kind of see what I mean by that. Star cut base, and it's just signed above my thumbnail there, Brierly. Didn't know that when I bought it because they put the bloody price tag over it, and that was $5. So happy to pay that though for a snifter or a brandy balloon. Winston Churchill used to collect these crystal snifters apparently, so there you go. Alright, let's keep going. This is a Waterford piece, and the pattern is called Alana. It has these very spiky sort of diamond prisms. Not sure what I should quite be calling those, but they're sort of very deep and spiky. And here we've got the Waterford hexagonal stem, plain foot. Forget if it's signed. I don't think it's signed, folks, but this is definitely Waterford Alana. I had 12 of these, and I had the decanter. Bit of a hard pattern to sell because it's just kind of like a diamond cutting job, isn't it? So yeah, I had I chipped one, so this is the odd one out. So I sold 5 pairs. It took, I think, 2.5 years to sell the first pair, and then the rest of them sold in about 45 days. Because people are basically like sheep. When they see someone bought it, they have the confidence. Otherwise, they're like, oh, am I going to feel like an idiot if I spend $40 on 2 glasses? Yeah, I think I charged $39 for a pair. Quite heavy, obviously, high grade, high lead content in these, and not much of a ring. It's not quite the right shape. But yeah, Waterford Alana decanter, I only sold that for like $120 in perfect condition, no misting. Just not the prettiest pattern, unfortunately. Okay, what haven't I shown you yet? Oh, we've got a couple of bowls. Well, kind of. This is a jelly mold, so you could set your jelly and then plonk it down on your plate like that. Probably fairly old, I don't know, it might be like 1930s or something. And I've dropped it on the floor a couple of times. Bounces, very strong. Just normal sort of soda glass or something like that. And kind of cool, haven't used it. Don't really eat jelly anymore. But not worth much, probably worth about $10 to $15. Can't remember where I got that. And we have another bowl here, and you might recognize this as well. It's the Hoya iceberg or glacier pattern, and it's the big, very deep sort of main bowl. I do have a couple of little ones. I can't remember if they're always oblong like this or if they're sometimes round. I know I had one of these in the past and I just forget. It was a long time ago. So it's taken me like 5 or 6 years to find another one. Only $3. Kind of has like 1, 2, 3 feet almost. And just a cool, I like the molded glass when there's a really like high relief, like a good depth to the design. And so this is Japanese, probably, they say design came out in '69, so it's probably from the '70s as well. Quite good condition. And yeah, I'll sell this on. It's well, not worth a lot, worth $20, but nice to find the full-sized bowl there. There is one other piece here. I'm not going to show you because I've decided to make a separate video on that because it's a bit of a funny story. Oh, there is another one. This is the final piece. I actually showed one of these before, but I found another one. I found it in the book, so yeah, definitely crown crystal. And I'm a bit peeved because someone sold one of these for $25 on eBay, and I had one listed for less than that, and it didn't sell. So now I've got two, but they're quite nice vases. I might list this with like a really crazy description or something and see if it sells. So yeah, it's a crown crystal made in Australia, soda glass, depression glass vase, and that's it guys. I hope that was interesting. Thanks for watching.